We have a situation. We have a miscarriage situation out of Ohio. A miscarriage situation out of Ohio. We have a woman who is being criminally charged over a miscarriage in Ohio. Let's see what they're talking about.
Glad you're streaming with us. We've been reporting on the growing number of women across the United States caught in the political crosshairs following the overturning of Roe v. Wade in 2022. This story now leading us to Ohio, where Brittany Watts, a 33-year-old black woman, says she went to the hospital multiple times after bleeding during her pregnancy.
She went to the hospital multiple times after bleeding. She was bleeding multiple times during her pregnancy. Go ahead, baby.
Watts returned home where she suffered a miscarriage. Now she's being charged with abuse of a corpse, and she faces up to 1 year in prison and a $2,500 fine. Our senior national policy correspondent Ann Flaherty is here to break it all down for us. So, Ann, this just seems so unfair.
Well, it certainly is a heartbreaking case out of Trumbull County, Ohio. This is a young woman, a young black woman who had...
Why is they making this specific? Why? I do understand that she's a young black woman, but they keep telling us that she's black. Why she just gonna be a woman?
Gone to the hospital for treatment. She was told that she had lost her baby because her amniotic sac had broken, her water had broken, and there was no way that the child was going to survive. She was around the point of viability, though, so there was that chance, and she could have had it induced. For reasons that are not immediately clear, she did leave that hospital and then came back the next day. Her lawyer says she sat there for hours with no treatment. Her lawyer thinks that the hospital may have been debating whether or not to treat her based on that Ohio abortion law. She ended up leaving and miscarrying at home. Now, here's the real head scratcher to all of this, which is that when the police were sent to her home, they found the remains, but then they charged her with abuse of a corpse.
The police was sent to her home. Why was the police sent to her home when she was just at the hospital saying that she's bleeding? But go ahead.
And, you know, as her lawyer pointed out, a lot of women miscarry at home. It's not immediately clear what you should do with fetal remains, and it's not clear why they chose that path for a woman who had just miscarried.
So Watts' lawyers are saying that her delayed care was the result of this internal legal battle at the hospital over the abortion restrictions in the state.
You say because the mortality rate for black women, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. They always like to tell us that the mortality rate is real high for black women. And I keep asking this doggone question. How many women do y'all know died through, like, trying to have birth or something? Within their pregnancy and trying to give birth? I don't know one.
You know, Mercy Health did give us a statement saying the safety and security of every patient who comes to us for care is our highest priority. Out of respect for patient privacy, we will not discuss individual specifics of care. But it doesn't sound like Brittany got good care.
Don't sound like she got some good care around here. You say because black women are treated differently in health care. You say that's why they are emphasizing her being black. Oh. Okay, I have heard like that argument too that they get treated differently. Go ahead.
Well, you know, we haven't confirmed exactly what happened at the hospital. We do know that Ohio's viability law their abortion restrictions have to do with viability. So once a fetus is up to about 22 to 24 weeks, then abortion is no longer allowed.
22 to 24 weeks. Shit, they doing good in Ohio then. He said, my youngest daughter, Mama passed giving birth to her. Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that right there. Sorry to hear that right there. They say 24, 25, 26 weeks in Ohio.
Their abortion restrictions have to do with viability. So once a fetus is up to about 22 to 24 weeks, then abortion is no longer allowed. It is possible that the lawyers were considering whether or not she was too close to that at that time. We just simply don't know because the hospital, as you say, is not discussing it for privacy concerns. But I think, you know, there's a bigger question here, which is why is this prosecutor then pursuing this as abuse of a corpse rather than a miscarriage case?
Yeah. If it's just a miscarriage, then it's just a miscarriage. Why is they saying an abuse of a corpse? I don't understand. What's going on? It's something that we're not being told. Yeah, right. That's damn near 6 months. Listen, 22 to 24 weeks. After that, you can't have an abortion, but you can have it up to 22 to 24 months. You say that that's almost 6 months, ain't it? Four. It's almost 6 goddamn months. You can have an abortion damn near up to 6 months in Ohio. Got it. So was she past the 6 months? I think she was close to and or past it.
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, we have a lot of questions surrounding this, obviously. I know you've been speaking with a lot of doctors who say basically their hands are tied, you know.
And they may be charging with like the infant thing because maybe she wanted a abortion. That's all that I could see. That I think she wanted a abortion. And they was like, no, you far gone, and or this is the last week or something like that right there. Because you just had a miscarriage and now they're gonna charge you with something with a corpse.
When it comes to treating women and practicing, you know, health care by the law. So what do you think this case could actually do?
You know, this is something that groups like Sister Song, Black Feminist Future, they've been talking about this for months now since the fall of Roe, that anytime that you create laws criminalizing things like abortions, that you're going to see more court cases like this.
You're going to see more court cases that because they said you cannot kill your babies no more, now we're going to see more court cases.
They say that this is exactly what you're going to see,
Okay.
that people will criminalize particularly black women and in poorer parts of the country. So
particularly black women in poor parts of the country, in the poor parts of the country where you cannot have an abortion. This will really, really hurt black women. Why? Watch this. Why? Because black women are the #1 people who have the most abortions. Am I right? I don't know. I could be wrong. Am I right? Remember, we also put up the most dangerous place for a black child is in the womb. You say this will affect black women more than anybody. Yeah, because they want to get abortions.
Like abortions, that you're going to see more court cases like this. They say that this is exactly what you're going to see, that people will criminalize particularly black women and in poorer parts of the country. So we've mostly talked to, you know, women who come from more affluent areas.
So what they tell us is that we should not hold women and black women accountable for breaking the law. Y'all know that that's what they're saying.
Where they were, you know, sounding the alarms on this and demanding that their doctors give them treatment. And we know that for every woman we interview like that, we know there are
she faking like a mother. Wait, go ahead.
Several, if not hundreds of women behind them that don't have those kind of resources and simply are worried about prosecution from the law. And I think that's one of the concerns that we're seeing in this case here.
So what options or resources are available for right now for a woman who may find herself in the same position that Brittany did?
You know, Kara, I don't really...
Hold on. You say not necessarily, Willie. You say we have miscarriages. Well, yeah. But when they came up with that saying of the worst place for a black child is in the womb, that was because abortions. They weren't even talking about the miscarriages. That was straight abortions. Yeah. Too many damn abortions. You say, no, a white woman in Texas have a stillborn and they won't let the doctors remove it. The mom can die. Damn. Woo, you gotta hold on to it, baby. You got the whole, so then, like, do the stillborn just come out by itself or something?
Really have good answers on this. I've been looking and researching. The CDC does not have any advice on this as far as I can tell. I think the best advice is to simply call your doctor and insist on that care when you're in a hospital. There are long waits. There's a lot of tremendous pressure on these hospitals in states where abortion is legal, but simply just to wait and to insist on that care through.
So if the courts will not allow the doctors to remove a stillborn, so the baby's just dead on the inside, So she stank on the inside, basically. I'm gonna have to look that there up. I'm gonna have to look that there up because it got to be more to it. Well, here it don't have to be more to it, but I'm thinking it's more to that story.
Your medical professionals.
Appreciate it, Ann. Just keeping us updated on this. We definitely need to follow it. Thank you.
Thanks, Kara.
So listen, man. You just can't have abortions. You just can't have abortions. Be careful who you allow to pee in you. Only allow your significant other to pee in you if you have a significant other. If you're in one of them states where you cannot have an abortion. But why would they put this? Why would they make, because the abortion laws change, why would they make this such like a story, such like a headline of because of Roe versus Wade, when in Ohio you can still get the abortion just up to 22 to 24 weeks or some shit like that right there. You can still get the abortions. Somebody said that it's damn near 6 months. So what is the argument? The baby is dead and she is 8 months, and the LT governor, the lieutenant governor, told them not to remove it. Ooh, it's deep. It's deep. It's deep. So listen, be careful. Be careful when you're hunching, because you can't get pregnant, in case you don't know how babies is made. Be careful, and be careful who you decide to allow to pee in you, because if the wrong person pee in you, then you may want the abortion. I'm just trying to help. Moving right along. I ain't gonna eat much hope.